Hi guys, today we are going to be discussing communication system level 1 bits. First bit, an optical communication system is operating at a wavelength of 800 nanometer. Its source frequency is how much? They have given wavelength, they have given is 800 nanometer. Lambda is equals to 800 nanometer. That is equals to 800 into 10 to the power of minus 9. That means 8 into 10 to the power of minus 7 meters. And we have to find the frequency. We have to find what is the relationship between the frequency and the wavelength. Velocity is equals to frequency into wavelength. It means frequency f is equals to c by lambda. C means 3 into 10 to the power of 8, and wavelength lambda they have given is 8 into 10 to the power of minus 7. That means 3 by 8 into 10 to the power of 15. On solving, 3 divided by 8. Okay, 3 divided by 8. 0 point means 0. 8 3 is 24. That means 6. 0. 8 8 64. That means 0.38 into 10 to the power of 15. Approximately 3.8 into 10 to the power of 14 hertz. That means which option is correct? First option is correct. And the second bit, they have given that a carrier wave of 1000 kilohertz is used to carry the signal. The length of the transmitting antenna is. They have given carrier frequency is 1000 kilohertz. F is equals to, they have given is 1000 kilohertz. And we have to find the length of the transmitting antenna. That means wavelength we have to find. Previous question we only have discussed that velocity is equals to frequency into wavelength. From here we can write as wavelength is equals to c by f. C is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 and frequency is 1000 kilohertz. 1000 into 10 to the power of kilo means 10 to the power of 3. That means 3 into 10 to the power of 8 into 10 to the power of minus 6. It means 3 into 10 to the power of 2. That means 300 meters. 300 meters. Now look the third question. A transmitting antenna is at the height of 40 meter. Height of the transmitting antenna HT they have given is 40 meters. And receiving antenna is the height of 60 meters. HR they have given is 60 meters. Maximum distance between them for the satisfactory communication is. They are saying that one transmitting antenna is present, it is having some height HT, and one receiving antenna is also present HR. What is up to which distance there is some effective communication is present. This distance we have to find. Before this distance we have to find means we have to know how much distance this antenna is going to be communicating, how much distance by the transmitting antenna, and how much distance this receiving antenna is going to be communicating. So total distance D is nothing but distance of the transmitting antenna plus distance of the receiving antenna. So we know that dt is equal to square root of 2 into r into ht plus square root of 2 into r into hr, where r is the radius of the earth. Radius of the earth is how much? 6400 kilometers. It means 6400 into 10 to the power of 3 meters. So we are going to be substituting the values. Square root of 2 into 6400 into 10 to the power of 3, and the height of the transmitting antenna is 40 into 40 plus square root of 2 into 6400 into 10 to the power of 3 into height of the receiving antenna is 60 into 60. So 64 means 8 square. So we are taking outside is 8, and 4 means 2 we are getting, and 0 1 2 plus 3, 5, 6. That means 10 to the power of 3 we are taking outside, and only 2 only left, root 2 plus. Here is 64 means 8, and 2 into 6 means 12. That means 4 into 3. That means 3 2 I am taking as outside, into. Here also 1, 2, 5, 6. That means 10 to the power of 6 means we are getting as 10 to the power of 3. How much remaining? Root 3 is remaining. So from here we are writing as 8 to the 16. 16 into 10 to the power of 3. From both sides 8 to the 16. 16 into 10 to the power of 3. We are taking common means root 2 plus root 3. 16 into 10 to the power of 3. Root 2 1.414 plus root 3 1.731. That means 16 into 10 to the power of 3 into, that means 5, 4, 1, 3 point. 16 3 is 48. That means around 50 into 10 to the power of 3. It means 50 kilometers. 50 kilometers. Once again, you have to take the screenshot, all the thing. Okay, thank you. Now fourth question. A TV transmitting antenna is 80 meters tall. If the receiving antenna is on the ground surface area is how much? Transmitting antenna. One antenna they have given. This antenna height they have given is 80 meter. Then how much area it is going to be covering? That means up to some distance it is going to be covering. No, this how much distance it is going to be covering. Area, how much area we have to find. Area means what? This is the circle. Area means pi r square. Here we are taking d means pi d square. That means pi into. Here is d means how much? D means square root of 2rh whole square. Square root gets cancelled. That means pi into 2rh. Pi means 3.14. 2 into radius of the earth. Radius of the earth means how much? 6,400 kilometer means 10 to the power of 3, and the height they have given is 80 into 80. So if you do multiplication, this is a 0, 0, 10 to the power of 3, 5. That means 10 to the power of 6 we are taking common. If you multiply 8 to 6.28 into 8 6 32, 8 4 32, 8 6 48, 51, 512. And if you multiply 512 into 6, that means we are getting as 3218 into 10 to the power of 6 meter square. It means we are writing as 3218 kilometer square. So which option is correct? Second option is correct. Now look the fifth question. In the fifth question, the maximum distance up to which the TV signal, the TV transmission from a TV tower of height h can be received is directly proportional to. If one TV is going to be transmitting, TV signal is going to be transmitting, what is the distance and the height? If the height is h means how much distance it is going to be transmitting. Distance height relationship. D is directly proportional to what they are going to be asking. We know that distance D is square root of 2r into h. Distance D is directly proportional to root h. Distance D is directly proportional to h power 1 by 2. That means first option is correct. Now sixth question. They have given that a short wave communication, which of the following frequencies is reflected back from the ionosphere having the electron density. Okay, now they are going to be sending some signals to the ionosphere which is having the electron density. They are giving is electron density n they have given is 10 to the power of 11 they have given, which frequencies are going to be reflecting back. We know that frequency f is equals to 9 into n maximum whole power 1 by 2. That means 9 into n maximum they have given is 10 to the power of 11 whole power 1 by 2. That means 9 into 10 to the power of 5 into root 10 we are going to be writing. That means we are going to be writing as 9 into root 10 means 3.14 into 10 to the power of 5. 9 3 is 27. 27 around 27 into 10 to the power of 5. That means 2.7 into 10 to the power of 6. 2.7 into 10 to the power of 6. That means 2.7 megahertz. 2.7 megahertz is nearer to first option. Now, seventh question. In an amplitude modulated wave, the audio frequency is 500 cycles per second. That means audio frequency, that means message signal frequency they have given is 500. The carrier frequency, the appropriate carrier frequency, FC value they are going to be asking. In general, what is the modulation? In modulation, we are going to be combining low frequency audio signal with the high frequency carrier signal. That means definitely the carrier signal is much greater than the message signal frequency. Now you compare which option is correct. This is 50 is less only, 100 less only, 500 is equal to 500. So fourth option is correct, 50,000 hertz. Fourth option is correct. Now eighth question. Eighth question. The modulation index of the FM carrier whose carrier swing is 200. Carrier swing they have given is 200 kilohertz. Modulated signal is 10 kilohertz, and also FM they have given is modulated signal frequency, modulating signal frequency 10 kilohertz. What do we have to find? We have to find the modulation index we have to find. That means M value we have to find. We know that FM, that means modulation index in frequency modulation means del divided by FM. The relations between the carrier frequency, carrier swing and the del. Carrier swing CS is equals to 2 into del. Now del we are getting as carrier swing divided by 2. Carrier swing is 100 kilohertz divided by 2. That means here is 200 kilohertz divided by 2. That means 100 kilohertz del. Frequency deviation. Here del is nothing but a frequency deviation. Frequency deviation. So modulation index in frequency FM is del we are getting as 100k divided by FM is 10k. 10k. Kilo gets cancelled. 0 gets cancelled. We are getting as 10 we are going to be getting. Now ninth question. They have given that if a number of sine waves with the modulation index n1, n2 modulate the carrier wave, then total modulation index of the wave is. Okay, they are giving some of the waves 1, 2, 3 and so on. They are giving the waves. These waves are going to be modulating with the single carrier wave, and each one having the modulator index as n1, n2, n3 and so on they are giving. We have to find the net modulation index, n value we are getting. General formula is n is equal to square root of n1 square plus n2 square plus n3 square plus and so on. So like this the net modulation index. The individual modulations are present means net modulation index is square root of n1 square plus n2 square plus n3 square plus and so on. So which option is correct? Third option is correct. 10th question. A carrier wave is modulated by a number of sine waves. A carrier wave is modulated by a number of sine waves of modulation index. Modulation index, that means n values they are giving is n1 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 they are given. We have to find the total modulation index. Total modulation index how much? In the previous question only we know that n is equal to square root of n1 square plus n2 square plus n3 square plus and so on. Here we are only given 3, no, so we are writing up to 3. From here we are going to be writing as n1 means 0.1 whole square, n2 means 0.2 whole square, n3 means 0.3 whole square. 0.01 plus 0.04 plus 0.09. We are getting as 9 plus 4 13, 13 plus 1 14, 0.14. Modulation index is 0.14. So third option is correct. Now 11th question. A sky wave with the frequency of 55 megahertz. The frequency they are giving is 55 megahertz. Frequency f is equals to 55 megahertz. Mega means 10 to the power of 6. 55 into 10 to the power of 6 hertz. Is incident on a D region of an atmosphere at an angle. Angle of incident. Incident angle is 45 degrees they have given. And the angle of refraction R value we have to find such that 400 density they have given is n value they have given is 400 electrons per centimeter cube. It means in meter cube we are writing as 400 into 10 to the power of 6 electrons per meter cube. What they have angle of refraction. First of all we are going to be writing as mu net is equals to mu naught into 1 minus 80.5 n divided by frequency square. Now mu naught I am writing as mu naught means refractive index of the air. Refractive index of the air is you know that 1 and 1 minus 80.5 into n value is how much they have given 400 into 10 to the power of 6 divided by frequency square f into f, that means 55 into 10 to the power of 6 into 55 into 10 to the power of 6. 6 gets cancelled and we are going to be cancelling as 80.5 no 11 and 1 16 around 16 and 16 ones 16 3 is 48 1 by 3 means here is a 1.3 into 10 to the power of 2. We are getting as 1 minus 1.3 divided by 11 into 10 to the power of minus 4. That means 1 minus 10 to the power of minus 5 we are getting. That means it is approximately 1 only. Mu net is how much we are getting as 1 only we are going to be getting. And mu, and also from the ray optics we are knowing that mu is equals to sin I divided by sin R. Here we are getting as mu is equals to 1 we are getting. 1 is equals to sin I value they are giving is 45 divided by sin R. From here sin R is equals to sin 45. We are getting as R is equals to how much? 45 degrees. R is equal to 45 degrees. Once you take the screenshot. Now 12th question. This is the direct formula. Take a sin inverse of root of n1 square minus n2 square. 13th question. The velocity factor of the transmission line is x. They have given that velocity factor they have given is x. If the dielectric constant of the medium is 2.6, they have given the dielectric constant k value they have given is 2.6. We have to find the x value. What is the x value? We know that velocity factor Vf is equals to 1 by square root of the dielectric constant, that is equals to 1 by square root of 2.6. This can be written as root of 26 by 10. Now velocity factor is equals to root 10 divided by root 26. 3.14, root 10 means 3.14. Around this is 5. That means 0.62 we are getting. That means second option is the correct one. Now 14th question. For the television broadcasting, the frequency employed is normally. In general, television megahertz frequency is going to be using. So in this one, only first option is in the megahertz, that is 30 to 300 megahertz is the correct option. Remaining is gigahertz, hertz and kilohertz. This is not the suitable ones. 15th question. The total power content of an AM wave is 900 watt. They are given as PT. They are giving is total power is 900 watts. For the 100% modulation, that means modulation index M value they are given is 100%. 100% means 100 by 100. That is 1. The power transmitted by the each sideband. The power transmitted by the each sideband. That means in general AM means upper sideband. This is the upper sideband. USP, PUSP, and this is the LSB, lower sideband. This is the carrier. This is the carrier. They are asking that any one sideband, what is the power they are going to be required. That means PT means in general PT means carrier power plus sideband power. Sideband power. So we are going to be solving this problem like this. Look here. PT is equals to PC into 1 plus m square by 2. PT they are giving is 900, total power is 900 is equals to PC into 1 plus m value is 1 they have given. That means 1 square by 2. 1 square by means 1 by 2. 900 is equals to PC into 3 by 2. 3 ones, 3 hundreds. That means PC we are getting is how much? 300 into 2 means 600 watts. Here is PT is 900, PC is 600 plus PSP. Here is PSP we are getting as 900 minus 600. That means 300 we are getting. 300 watts. But PSP means again this is going to be dividing it. Sidebands is going lower sideband and upper sideband. But both are equal. So we are rating as 2 into PLSB we are rating. Or PUSB. Lower sideband or upper sideband we are going to be rating as. That means 300. That means PLSB we are getting as 300 by 2. Means 150 watts. So which option is correct? Third option is correct. Now last question, 16th question. A radar has a power of 1 kilowatt. What is the power they have given is 1 kilowatt and it is operating at the frequency 10 gigahertz. 10 gigahertz. It is located on the top of mountain at the height 500 meters. Height how much? At which height they are going to be mountaining? 500 meters height. The maximum distance up to which it can detect. Okay, now this is let us consider this is the mountain. This is the mountain. In the height is 500 meters. 500 meters. How much distance it is going to be covering? How much distance it is going to be covering? This distance we have to know. What is the formula we are knowing? Distance D is equals to square root of 2 into R into H. 2 into R means radius of the earth. 6,400 kilometers. Kilo means 10 to the power of 3. And height is how much? 500. That means 64 into 10 to the power of 5 into 2 into 500 means 1000. 64 means 8, and 10 to the power of 5, 10 to the power of 3 means 10 to the power of 8. 10 to the power of 8 means we are getting as 10 to the power of 4. That means 80,000 meters. You can write as, simply you can write as 80 kilometers we are going to be writing. So which option is correct? 80 kilometers, first option is correct. Thank you.